Welcome to From Good to Great English, the podcast for English learners who are ready to move from pretty good to truly confident and fluent. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jess.
Each week, we bring you real conversations, practical strategies, and deep insights to help you master the mindset, habits, and language you need to speak English freely in real life, not just in the classroom. The latest research shows that AI powered language learners are mastering English 3 times faster than traditional students, while spending 70% less money. This isn't just changing how we learn, it's completely transforming who gets to learn.
Those numbers are fascinating. How exactly are people achieving such dramatic results?
Well, it's this perfect storm of accessibility and intelligent technology. Think about it. Just 5 years ago, quality language instruction meant spending hundreds of dollars per month on private tutors or language schools. Now we're seeing people achieve similar results using AI tools that cost less than a Netflix subscription.
Though I imagine there must be some catches to this seemingly perfect solution.
Hmm, that's actually a crucial point. The data shows that about 60% of learners fall into what researchers call the passive AI trap. They let the technology do the work instead of using it as a learning tool.
So, what separates the successful learners from those falling into that trap?
Let me break this down. The most effective learners use what we call the 70-30 principle. They use AI for about 70% of the mechanical aspects like grammar checking and pronunciation practice, but ensure that 30% of their learning involves real human interaction.
You know what's interesting about that split? It actually mirrors what neuroscientists have found about how our brains process language. We need both structured input and natural communication for optimal learning.
Exactly right. And here's where it gets really interesting. Studies show that learners using this hybrid approach are retaining vocabulary 40% better than traditional methods alone. But, and this is crucial, only when they're actively engaging with the AI tools, not just passively consuming.
Could you give some specific examples of what that active engagement looks like?
So here's a practical workflow that's showing amazing results. Start by writing your own content, then use AI to analyze it for improvements. Instead of just accepting the AI's suggestions, you investigate why each correction was made. This process has been shown to improve grammar retention by up to 65%.
That reminds me of the recent study on metacognitive learning. The process of understanding how we learn actually accelerates the learning itself.
Well, that's exactly why this approach is so powerful. And here's another fascinating data point. Learners who use AI for pronunciation practice, but record and analyze their own voice improvements, show 50% better accent reduction compared to traditional methods.
Though we should probably address the elephant in the room. What about the concerns that AI might actually hinder authentic language acquisition?
That's a valid concern. But recent studies show something surprising. When AI is used as a complement rather than a replacement, it actually enhances authentic language acquisition by about 45%.
Mm-hmm. And I suppose this ties into the bigger picture of educational accessibility?
Absolutely right. And the numbers here are staggering. The cost of traditional language education has risen by 300% in the last decade, while AI enhanced learning tools have become 60% more affordable. We're seeing people in developing countries achieve fluency at rates that were unimaginable just a few years ago.
That kind of democratization of language learning could have huge implications for global economic mobility.
Let me share something even more remarkable. Companies implementing AI enhanced language learning programs are reporting a 40% increase in international business opportunities, simply because more of their employees can now communicate effectively in English.
So, what do you see as the next big developments in this space?
Well, the most exciting innovations are happening in personalized learning paths. AI systems are now able to predict with 80% accuracy where a learner will struggle based on their native language and adjust the curriculum accordingly.
That level of personalization used to be the exclusive domain of highly trained language teachers.
Exactly. And here's the key takeaway. The future isn't about AI replacing traditional learning methods. It's about creating what researchers are calling augmented learners, who can achieve in months what used to take years.
And it sounds like we're just at the beginning of this revolution.
You know what's really exciting? The latest projections suggest that by 2025, AI-enhanced language learning will be the norm rather than the exception, potentially helping over 1 billion people achieve functional English fluency.
That's a pretty incredible vision for the future of education.
And that's really what this all comes down to. We're not just talking about learning languages faster or cheaper. We're talking about fundamentally changing who gets to participate in the global conversation. Thanks for spending your time with us today. If this episode helped you, inspired you, or made you smile, consider sharing it with a friend who's on the same English journey. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And leave us a comment. What's one thing you're working on in your English this week? Until next time, stay consistent, stay curious, and remember, you don't need to be perfect.